Hello everyone, my name is Camjack and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we're reviewing another creation from the Steam Workshop. With me today I actually have a perfect Blinky build. It's been quite a while now since I've sat down and spoken about one of Blinky's builds, but I saw this in a workshop and couldn't really give it a miss. This is a recreation of Battlestar Galactica's most infamous Viper, the Mark II. So if you've watched Battlestar Galactica, the most likely chance is you have seen this ship before. It is quite cool. One of the most iconic craft they use in the show. You got the Mark 7s or 8s I think it is, which Pegasus uses. They become kind of obsolete after a while, especially in the main war, once everyone hacks them. So they go back to the classics, which really is a sense of irony when you think about it, to be honest. And it's just one of the most famous looking craft in sci-fi, I think, just because of how old it actually is, but it's still quite cool. Now this is now available for us in Space Engineers in this new brand new model. If you look down below here, you can see Blinky's older version which uses rotors to actually connect wings like this, while the new version uses less rotors apparently, so I think he's built it directly in here. We'll have to take a look in spectator mode in a minute to try and get a bit more of an internal view, but it uses extra less rotors apparently, so we're going to do some investigation work into how he's pulled that off. So Blinky says he's built this Viper because Joel, the community manager, or Zockley, some of you know him as, loves his Battlestar Galactica stuff, especially streaming it. So he built this for him, redid it for the new multiplayer code with extra less rotors, so it generally works better now. Now another reason why I'm taking a look at this build is because soon I want to do a Battlestar Galactica type video in Space Engineers. Just because the ship is quite cool, and the series as well, and I really want to create something with tons of Vipers flying around towards Cylons. So we're going to see if we can do that. If you'd like to see that video, then make sure to leave a like rating on the video below. But anyway, let's jump into taking a more in-depth look around the Viper here and see what cool things we can actually pick up. So just starting from the general overview, we can already see Blinky has captured the traditional paint look and the feel of a Viper very well. It's got strong white colours connecting with the red colours as well to bring out those near identical markings to the Viper as you would see it on the Battlestar Galactica's deck. Now if we get the spectator mode here, which is where I can go inside blocks, if we go F8, we can now take a look inside and see if it's got any rotors connecting it. So let's fly in between the blocks here and see if there's anything. It looks like he has built it straight into the hull here, connecting with the oxygen generators that are parked here, meaning there are no rotors whatsoever, which is really good, because previously rotors in multiplayer do not go very well together and can cause some things to break. So it's nice now to actually have no rotors, meaning this thing is going to operate extremely well. So we're going to have to give it a test at some point, especially in a battle scenario. That'll be pretty exciting. So taking a more in-depth look over here, obviously two traditional Gatling guns on a Viper, those are the only kind of weapons ordnance. At one point I think, was it another Viper had like missiles or stuff like that? Oh no, they do have them right here, those exactly right in front of me. So you've also got some rocket pods on the wingtips here, which is quite cool, so it can pack a punch as well. It's not just relying on those Gatling guns, you have got the torpedoes down here, or rocket launchers, however you want to call them. Now it has got indication lights on each side, you've got green there and you've got red on this side, I believe, is that red? Yep, there you go, red. Very nice. Now this time, it does keep upwards in atmosphere, or float in atmosphere, a lot better using extra hydrogen engines underneath. Previously, I think this version over here didn't use that many to keep it upfloat, hence when I dropped it in here, it broke and smashed into the surface. So it's good to see Blinky's improved that. Now another interesting detail over here is this general sort of marker detail. Inside here, these are cargo containers connecting everything up. Now Blinky's actually sliced into the armor here to create this sort of really nice detailed look, but it's actually on both sides here. Very nice. Now the Viper also does have a grille up front here. This is a ground down heavy armor block to create that sort of grille mesh look. Very nice. And I love how he's perfectly replicated the tip of the fighter as well. It looks super cool and very accurate to the show. Now so we've got a traditional cockpit over here leading up in sort of like a vent pathway over here. Another indication light as well, which is flashing red. Cool to see that. Now there is more in here. You can see gyroscopes and air vents, and I think this is an antenna. Yes it is. And more internals in here. So the internals of the engines of the Viper are actually quite empty. There's tons of thrusters in here which are hidden away, so you won't see them, and the benefit of the small thruster blocks is they don't burn each other, so this can be used in survival as well. Given the amount of space they've got, they're not actually going to burn each thruster, so you're kind of going to be good there. You can use this in a survival setting, and I think I may use this on a few survival servers very soon, especially one of our public survival servers of Space Engineers we're currently running. More info on our Discord, by the way, make sure to join in the link down below. So more on the internals here, we've got quite a few oxygen generator tanks in here to basically fuel this amount of hydrogen. Everything is connected up with ease of access as well. A couple of gyroscopes poking out the side here. I do like that because they look mechanical in a sort of way. It's quite cool. Also have a connector up here. Oh, this is an ejector actually, it's not a connector. And this is basically connecting everything here, so if you need to put anything in, you actually can. Now also got the big tier 3, or the 3 big thrusters up here on the back here. Now these really are what basically propel this craft forward. One big engine is just going to jet the whole thing forward. And I can't really remember what the back of a Viper looks like. I've got a model on the way soon. I ordered one for like a replica, so I'm going to have to compare it at that point. But these 3 big engines are going to make sure you're propelled across the galaxy at like warp speed almost. They're that powerful. In spaces, obviously, you could probably do with a speed mod as well if you want to go extra fast in fighter. But those 3 engines are definitely going to pack a punch. Now, at the top of the fight here, obviously, you have the wingtips, or again, or the fins, I guess you could call it. Again, more detail of armor slopes coming out here, looking absolutely brilliant. Obviously, slopes up there and half blocks, making these half blocks really well to bring out that extra detail in the fighter craft. I always like seeing that. Now, one thing I did miss over here was the inclusion of more air vents to kind of look like that venting procedure, which is pretty cool. These are on both sides, very nice to see them. Batteries inside as well, lovely to have them. Now, another bit of detail I did miss out but Blink has included is again these sort of slits into the armor plating here, using half blocks to contradict and add a bit of space in here is always very nice. Now, I know what you guys are waiting for. You want to see us fly around, see how much damage you can cause. Well, I'm going to hop in it now and see how we go. So, let's get ready by hopping into the fighter and see what actually we've got on our HUD. So, everything's pretty straightforward. Number 1, rockets. Number 2, Gatlings. And we can also turn the antenna for running silence off. Pretty cool. We'll turn it off for a minute just so we can go. Looking in the cockpit here, all basic layout. Let's see how it handles. So gyroscope power, very nice, quite cool. I need a bit of extra space on my mouse mat. So there you go, gyroscope power, really well done. Let's see how much of a punch it packs. Now those Gatling guns in that position really do shred armor plating. There we go. Right, let's see how much speed we can go. So at the minute, we're sat at 0 meters a second. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1, go. It gets up to speed extremely quickly. Now this is going to be quite fun to fly around in space. So I can't wait to actually try and do a battle of this soon. It's going to be quite cool to see. But just look how it looks. I can't wait to see if Blinky actually builds a Mark 7 as well. They're going to be quite cool. The classic Mark 2s. I mean, look at this, it's going over the ocean here. It reminds you of Battle of New Caprica, where it came down to storm the surface. So I think we can definitely agree, the ship operates extremely well in the planet's atmosphere, and also we can arc up there and go to space as well. So this kind of is a ground-to-space fighter craft. You wouldn't obviously use it in ground all the time, but it can work there, which is pretty cool. I like it. Very nice. So it handles really well. Now let's look at just general stopping here. So if we just let go of the throttle now, it stops really well. Look at that, 2 small thrusters there, 4 actually, pointing forward. Actually does slow the craft down quite well. And I suppose if you are going extra speeds like we are now, you could always just stop again by tilting up as well to increase the slowdown using the smaller thrusters. In space this would work a lot better. In atmosphere, not so much, given the fact that small thrusters also have to keep us in the air as well. That could be a little bit more difficult. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set some targets up for us to attempt to destroy in the Viper, to see if we can actually get some cool shots, so bear with me and I'll be right back. Now unfortunately in my repository of blueprints I couldn't actually find anything Battlestar related, so I thought I'd just spawn an atmospheric carrier and see how much damage we can do for this in the Viper. So let's get shooting. We'll lob it a few of the missiles first and then we always look like we've hit it. Now we're going to come around, full stop using the main engines. We're going to use some Gatlings and pelt it with Gatling fire and see if we can cause any major damage. Now, the benefit of this craft is it's quite manoeuvrable in atmosphere as well, meaning we can get some precision accuracy with the Gatling guns. I mean, just look at that. We're circling around it like a helicopter. Very well. Let's lob it a few more missiles. There you go. Looks like we are forcing it down almost. Let's see if we can take out one of those engines towards the back there. Might have caused some damage. Oh, we're getting too close to the ground. Let's go again. Nice. This fighter performs really well. I can't wait to see it in a battle. Looks like we've actually managed to cause it to crash. I mean, that wasn't too hard. We're probably going to crash ourselves now. Yep. Oh dear. Now that is bad piloting on my half. But we managed to make it go down at least. I just don't think we killed that engine in time. Well, there you go. We did a number on it. Definitely took some lot of damage. I think we boosted up those cargo containers to cause the thrusters to fall off. But there we go, a lot of damage caused. Now, unfortunately, I did damage the fighter myself there. But look at this. Even though I smashed off one large thruster and a few tubes, the main thrusters are still working themselves, meaning I've got redundant systems, as well as the other thrusters as well. Now, I know one thing you guys are always asking me to do in these weapon tests and these ship tests is to crash into the surface to see how much damage we can cause. Well, don't worry, that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Everyone, brace for impact. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, we just hit the surface there. Wow, okay. Do we still have power? No, I think we broke the reactor as well. Yep, we broke whatever power was on board. Well, there you go, guys. That is your crash test for the Viper there. If this did crash on the surface, you could probably withstand a lot better damage there than what I did to it. I mean, I just rammed into the sails, but if you try and do a controlled crash, it probably would work out a lot better. So there you go everyone, this has been Perfect Blinky's Mark II Viper from Battlestar Galactica. If you do want to pick it up yourself and have a play around with it, the link is down below in the description. Hopefully I get more time to play with this ship soon in a battle scenario. I'm definitely going to be doing some Battlestar Galactica stuff in a couple weeks as soon as we got some Star Wars and Halo battles out the way. It's going to be quite fun. I've been Captain Jack. I do hope you enjoy watching this video and I do hope you enjoy the build as well. Again, if you did like the video, make sure to leave a like rating on it. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe as well. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching and goodbye.